In the first half of the show, Jason discussed what is love. Well, in this half of the show, I would really like to get into the practical of how you can live this out and how this applies to your life. Now, when I was in high school, a lot of guys would say, well, I love you. I've never felt this way about a girl before. And then always in the end of the relationship, well, if you love me, they would say, you'd show me. And true, if you do love someone, you do show them. But a lot of times we get confused with love and lust. And what they were wanting from me is to satisfy their lust. And what happens a lot of times is that girls will give guys sex for the sake of getting the love from them. And guys will give girls the love for the sake of getting the sex from the girls. And it can go both ways. Now with love, it always brings you up, it lifts you up, it's freedom. But with lust, it seems like it drags you down. And there's always negative things attached to that. And you can feel that, and it's in the relationship. Now what I'd like to do is discuss this with the teens to see how this applies to their life and how they...
And I feel sometimes that it's almost like a temptation from the enemy, you know, when we feel that we really need someone to latch onto, that we feel like secluding ourselves and being alone, you know, locking, like sometimes I feel like locking myself in my room and just, you know, what do I need to do now, you know? But then I forget, you know, outside of my room door, there's the rest of my family. When's the last time I spent some decent time with them?
That's true.
When's the last time that I just sat back, chilled with my mom and, you know, talked about what was on TV or, you know, stood next to her by the stove and cooked with her. I mean, those fulfill us too.
Just to be in your family
Siblings,
life.
what are
It's so
those?
true.
Yeah. You know?
Absolutely. Now, since we only have a couple minutes left, we want to wrap up with some practical tips that you can use to help live this out in your day-to-day life.
For those of you that are in a sexually active relationship, I'd highly suggest that you apply the love test. And what that is that you take the sex out of the relationship and you truly see what it's made of. Bring it to the light. Is it love or is it lust? And by doing that, you really see the foundation of what's going on.
What I would recommend is ask yourself, how do you know when it's love? One thing I would suggest is it's real love. It'll always unite you closer to those who love you, your family, your friends, your true God. When it's not real love and it's lust, you get plucked away from all three. To help you detect if it's love or not, we've actually put on our website a love test. Now, our website is pureloveclub.com. And on this website, we have a love test. On the home page, it's about 25 points. You can take the test, apply it to your own relationship. I saw a high school girl taking the test after an assembly I did, and she was sitting there with her boyfriend, and they took the test, and it's out of 25. I said, how'd you do on the love test? She said, we got 3. Something to work on. So have the honesty with yourself. Check it out. And the website we have, pureloveclub.com, we have a Q&A on there with hundreds of questions and answers on dating, relationships, and how to live a pure life. We've also got a store. We got some resources for you there. And you could even set up a club on your campus and do research. All of those things are on the website. And what we would also want to end with each show is a prayer request, something we would ask that you could keep in prayer, especially maybe tonight as you go to bed. I would ask tonight, since the subject of the talk was what is love, please pray for those who are despairing that love doesn't exist. Maybe because they think, well, something happened to me, or I did something and therefore no guy or no girl would really want to love me. Or they have these insecurities, there's fears, they despair, maybe they get depressed. To be able to pray for those people, that they would realize that true love still exists no matter what happened in the past. And so let's pray for those people tonight. And in the meantime, stay strong and pure, and we'll see you next week. God bless.
The Pure Life is available through the EWTN Home Video. To order your DVD copy, call the EWTN Religious Catalog at 1-800-854-6316 or log on to www.ewtnreligiouscatalog.com.
Nobody likes to be told what to do, but sometimes we need to listen to those who know better, like dentists and God. And if we don't understand one of the church's teachings, instead of just immediately rejecting it, we should find out why the church teaches it, and pray for the grace to joyfully accept it. If we do that instead of just rejecting it immediately, we'll find out what God's plan is for us, even if we don't understand it at first.
Now I get it. For more, go to youngcatholicminute.com.